Well, this is, I think it's a flat game that's coming out, and they've done a little VR sort of demo thing or promotional thing. So we'll see what we've got. It looks quite nice.
Oh dear. That sounds like the ventilator's a bit off. Shame. It sends a lovely whiff of joy into the air. Terribly sorry about the telly in there.
It's also set in a place where you're not allowed to be unhappy.
We're back again. Hello there.
I think.
You must be the winner of the Uncle Jack Fan Club's Get to Know Jack contest. At least I hope you are. Well, the bobbies at the front door are being very sloppy indeed. As you know, I'm Uncle Jack, and I'm always happy to meet my fans, especially if they can help me. Over on your right, you'll see the news feeding machine. That's how you feed me the news stories I'm supposed to read. To your right. Your right.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Keep your eye on the ball, or rather on the news machine. You'll see 3 news stories to choose from. Do try to give me a happy one, won't you? Sometimes the writers get a little mischievous.
Well, let's try an happy one. Try doing it right.
You can only feed me news after I finish reading the preview story. The machine will light up to tell you when to send me more. Isn't technology wonderful? You'll have to wait for me to finish the story I'm reading before you send me another one. You wouldn't want me to get muddled, would you? No, of course not. Just press the send button below the news story you want, and whoosh, it will magically appear on my teleprompter. Oh, splendid. I'm sure you'll do a smashing job producing my show today. And just remember that we only want to see good news. Fortunately, all the news is like to us is good. Here we go. On in 5, 4, 3.
And now for the Good News Hour with Uncle Jack. That's me, Jack Worthing. I'll give you all the good news you need to start your day with a smile. Some people have noticed that the happier they get, the less they can do. If this is you, not to worry. You're just overdosing on joy. When you've had a little too much joy, about all you can really do is laugh and skip and run and play and wait till your joy comes down to a normal level. In the meantime, enjoy the pink chimney smoke and the lovely music that alarms make when they go off. And the jolly laughs that the bobbies make when they're protecting us from downers. Exciting. The chemists at Hayworth Labs are making a new flavor of joy for people who can't tolerate the old ones. The ingredients. The ingredients, yes. And this will help with any shortage of ingredients, indeed. Not that we have any shortages, do we? I mean, look, people have difficulty. People have been reported to have difficulty tolerating the flavors of chocolate or strawberry and the isomers. The isomers the strawberry-flavored isomers, and that's how we'll find the new coconut flavor much easier to digest. Isomers, I believe, are versions of a chemical that are slightly different, with a few molecules different, displaced a little differently. It sounds rather complicated, doesn't it? Listen to me. But the takeaway is that we'll soon have even more joy to enjoy. Excited. Wait. Oh, my. Some people seem to have trouble with their short-term memory. I hope it's just an overdose of joy. Well, here's some good news. The village of Hamlin prides itself on its lack of rats. Oh, yes, indeed. And not only do we not have any rats, we do have V-meat. Not that there's any connection at all between the two. I don't even know why I thought of V-meat. Next card, please. Waiting. Yes. As you know, Uncle Jack, that's me, is a happy-go-lucky sort of chap. I don't ask for much. As long as I have my joy and a competent producer, I'm a very happy man. Here's a bit of a funny story. For many years, Mrs. Valerie Fothergill and Mrs. Mia Fothergill believed they had the same last name because they were cousins. Last Thursday, however, they discovered that it is because they're married to the same man. According to Constable John Constable, these days, with their happy faces on, a lot of men look quite similar, he says. Well, you've got to hand it to him, don't you? Mr. Fothergill has been arraigned before the municipal court on 1 count of bigamy. Well, I suppose that's 2 counts of monogamy, eh? Well, they don't say which missus gets to keep him. But if you've also married Mr. Fothergill, please don't hesitate to drop Jack Worthing a line. That's me. Next card. Waiting. Mrs. Helen Dainty offers a reward to anyone returning her beloved cat, Sebastian, who went missing at the village picnic. Sebastian can be recognized by his adorable pointy face, pink eyes, long hairless tail, yellow teeth, and jaunty pink fur. Sounds like an adorable kitty, doesn't he? If you see Sebastian, please catch him and return him to Miss Dainty at Thomasina House. And don't eat him. That would be rude. Oh, that was a bit of excitement, wasn't it? Well, I'm afraid we've come to the end of our time. Yes. Our producer did a pretty swell job for a fan, don't you think, eh?
So whenever your stories put on, after a few stories you get the sort of right breaking out.
Wasn't that exciting? I do wish you could be here, dear viewers. It looks like somebody's having a party in the visitors' gallery. There are so many happy, excited people there. So many. Perhaps
Presumably.
somebody ought to check in and, make sure that they're not breaking anything. People tend to get carried away sometimes, don't they? Do you know what makes a party even better? Why, joy, of course. Yes, I bet we'd all have an even better time if somebody would just flood the visitors' gallery with joy, right? You can never be too careful.
Go on then.
What a relief. Nice to hear that lovely joy gasp through the ventilator. What a way to now you'll be under your smile.
No one really wants that anything like
Looks like it could be an interesting game, so but probably won't get it because it's 2D. So I did a 3D VR version, but I think I'd be definitely honest, but yeah, you can't tease people with a VR bit like this and then switch to a 2D game. Let's try a stranger on for a Right, let's see what the archives is. Can I? Watch movies to earn keys. Ah. Oh, this looks interesting. Story trailer. Can I pick it up? Well, I can't get me bloody hand there. Right.
Hello. Welcome to today's edition of Humor Hour, the show where you tell me jokes. Well, actually, I tell the jokes, but you send them in. And the first joke comes from Mr. Prentice Gibson of Clapperton Town. Mr. Gibson says, what do you call three downers at the bottom of the sea? Not enough downers. Very good. We're starting off very strong today, aren't we? This one is from Brian E. Ditton of Collier's Lane. What's the difference between a downer and a trampoline? You take off your shoes before you jump on a trampoline. How true! How very true! I mean, you don't want to damage a perfectly good trampoline, do you? Very good indeed. This is from Mrs. Jemima Hughes of Coronation Avenue. And her joke is, if you see a drowning downer, what do you throw him? I don't know, a brick? An anvil? Well, no, you can't very well throw an anvil, can you? What about a grenade? No. Who has grenades these days? Answer, another downer! I told you it was good. That's wonderful. Very good. You see, they both drowned. And here's another one. How do you save a drowning downer? Answer, who cares? Very good. Lovely jokes. Lovely jokes today. Very funny indeed. And here's one from, not that one, no, this one here. It's from Clive Pritchard of Sladebrook Road. Mr. Pritchard, what do you have for us today? Question. How is a puppy like a mortally wounded downer? Answer. Eventually they'll both stop whining. Oh, Mr. Pritchard, you're quite a character, aren't you? Oh. You know, I miss my dog. What am I saying? I don't miss anything at all. I've got it all right here. Let's see what else we've got. Yes, we have something from our dear friend and faithful contributor, Mr. Persky Blackyoung. Yes, as you can tell from his name, Mr. Blackyoung isn't actually a real Englishman. He's an Afrikaner from South Africa, but he's doing his patriotic best to fit in. So, what do you have for us today, Mr. Blackyoung? Question. How is a downer like an apple? Answer. They both look good hanging from a tree. I'm not sure I get it. Oh, I see. Yes, very good. Hanging from a tree. Here's another one. What's the difference between a downer and the Black Plague? Well, one is a deadly organism that can destroy an entire city, and the other is a bacterium. Oh, very good. Well, I think it's going to be hard to top that one, but we must slog on, eh? It's one of our greatest English virtues. I have one here from Mr. Thomas Henchley of Longbottom Circle. What have you got for us, Mr. Henchley? Question. Why do we bury downers 20 feet underground? Answer. Because deep down, they're really nice people. Deep down, yeah. I think that's the best one of all. It really is. Very good. Remember, no one has to be a downer, but if you feel a bit down, take your joy. And if you see someone who seems a bit down, make sure he takes his joy. It's as simple as that. Happiness is a choice, and those who won't choose it are a threat to the rest of us. If you hear a good joke, please don't hesitate to drop a note marked Humour Hour at our studio, 2 Marlborough House in central Wellington Wells. Yes, I'm afraid we've come to the end of our time. Tune in again next time for the best in humour. See you soon.
Truth is the enemy of happiness. Isn't that the decision we all made?
Oh, but you know the truth, don't you? There's not a thing I can tell you that you don't already know, is there?
Have you had your joy, Ollie?
People in town are getting a tad bit skinny. I think they're starving to death. And they're painting the streets in fucking rainbows. Have you not noticed?
Oh, Ollie.
Why are you all wearing those ridiculous new masks?
You should get one. They shape your face into a smile. And when you smile, you can't help being happy.
We have to tell people. They need to know the truth.
No. It's better not to know.
Wakey, wakey, everybody.
I say, it looks a good game. Well, interesting.
And you never have to worry.
Sorry. Arthur, we're practically the only 2 people in this entire city not stoned out of our minds on joy.
It's not a lovely day for it. It's a fucking terrible day for it.
If you force people to have the emotions you want, then you've turned them into robots made out of meat.
Where is it? Where's the blackberry?
You've gone too far this time.
People won't face facts. Not until we take their joy. And when we do that, they'll murder each other in the street.
It does. It looks like it could be interesting, but it's can't be doing 2D games. Oh, come on! I hate when you can't read something in VR because real life's in the way. Come on. Nearly got it. Oh, there we go.
And it's another fabulous day in Wellington Wells.
It looks like it'd be a cracking game in
Weather is
VR.
overcast and only slightly
So,
rainy, with
the fact
occasional
they've done this,
patches of
hopefully
lovely
they'll
sunshine.
decide to do
Wakey, everyone.
maybe a VR
Good
DLC or
morning
something.
to you.
All right.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, it does look really good.
Good morning, dear friends.
I'm tempted, but
Good morning to you.
I just love me VR too much.
Well, I hope you all had a lovely night's sleep with lovely dreams. It's shaping up to be a wonderful morning, and I think I can promise you that it's just going to get better all through the day. We all forget things from time to time, so don't forget the most important thing. Is it your tea? Is it your muesli? Is it bacon and eggs? Is it toast? Did you forget to butter your toast? No, don't be silly. It's your daily joy. Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go swimmingly. So, let's take a look at today's schedule. What's going on in the village of Hamlin?
Yeah, I absolutely love me VR.
Chatting and greeting and smiling and laughing, of course, and breakfast, lunch and dinner, and work. But at 3, I hope you'll all take a quick break for our daily recreational activity. Today we will all gather round the telly for a rousing round of Simon Says. Well, I won't be gathering round the telly. I'll be in the telly. Just like every day, I'll be playing it with you. And then there'll be cake and prizes.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm hoping they'll do.
Everyone's a winner.
I mean, beans have done this.
So don't miss it,
you know,
or you're a rotten egg.
I mean, it looks wicked.
But seriously, unless you have an awfully good reason, such as 2 broken legs, be here sport at 3 o'clock, won't you? We love your company. And now, the hot new song from our favourite band. See you soon.
Come on, tracking's going a bit. There we go. Okay, so that means I've unlocked something.
When your love comes round, we've only begun. We can walk down by the beach, just you and me. We've got life underneath our feet.
Well, there's only certain ones you can see. Presumably these are all things that you can see in game. Everything thinks unlocks here. Well, yeah, it looks like it could be an interesting game. Oh, I'm very tempted, but if it was VR, I'd definitely have it. But, right then. I think that about does the stream. I can't get to the X's. Can't get me. No. Right. I hope you've enjoyed it. And enjoy the rest of your day. Feel free to subscribe and hit the notifications. I do stream a lot. Feel free to leave a comment, tell me what you think. And say enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Ta-ra a bit.